This is Clem versus Elazer. Toasty! Toasty. Sorry about that. Gotta fix that scene. Alright, alright, alright. What a match we have here, ladies and gentlemen. On the top side of Dreamcatcher, representing Clash, it's Elazer. And on the bottom right, representing Exceed Esports, it's Clem. So these guys are both extremely high level. Clem just starting to participate in the on the bigger stages. Elazer already pretty well established, winning some pretty major tournaments already. So he's definitely more than capable of taking out Clem. But Clem, the young prodigy, has a lot to prove right now, and also has the potential to get on the same level than Elazer. So, you know, he's trying to prove himself right here, right now. Let's see if he can do it. Elazer going for the pool after the hatchery, so it's just standard play. There shouldn't be aggression coming too soon. And Clem gonna go for the same thing. He's gonna expand here, and he's just gonna play that standard game. Both players just honorable macro players right here. What can I say? So we do have a Reaper on the way from Clem, and he is gonna be adding something here, perhaps a factory, and that's what it's gonna be. I love how there's a little cancel button here. Imagine if you like clicked it as an observer and it just cancels his barracks in game. That wouldn't be funny. That'd be crazy. Anyhow, this Reaper is going across the map. Oopsie daisy. There we go. We're gonna see what Clem can get done with this. 2 queens are coming up for Elazer, so he will be able to hold this back in a little bit. And he does have 4 lings out, so you just gotta micro them correctly. He brings the weak one back. Like a split second, Clem maybe had a shot on that weak one, but it's very hard. Alright, and the queens come out, so perfect micro from Elazer. And Clem, oh my goodness. Okay, he almost loses it, but with the split second reaction there, he's able to get just far away enough. Clem, oh my god, Elazer is going for the kill here. Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh wow, incredible micro by Clem here. Just poking back and forth, always testing the limits, always pushing the limits of how well he can micro this Reaper. I really love it. So he is putting some pressure on this queen here, trying to break the rocks down to secure this third a little bit better. Cute little skirmish here from both players. Oh, this creep tumor looks like it's gonna go down though. It gets canceled by Elazer last second, so he does save it and he's able to just put that down again. Nice play. So behind this, Clem is actually going for Cyclone with no add-on on the factory. He's gonna maybe put it on now. There you go. And we do have a medevac coming out for Clem as well, and he is adding a tech lab on the barracks. It might be for marine upgrades, but I think it might be for the starport as well. So we'll find out what it is actually for. All right, so the medevac is loaded. Let's see what Clem gets done here. Where's the music? Ah, there it is. Beautiful, beautiful music. The StarCraft 2 soundtrack never gets old. So this medevac, already a little bruised up, should have a hard time getting into the main safely. I mean, what does Elazer have here? He has a single queen, so he could have gone into the main. I think it would have been better off, but getting intercepted by those queens at the third was definitely troublesome for him. So behind this, Clem is going for a Liberator, and Elazer going for a Roach Warren. So just a pretty straight up game here coming out from both sides at the moment. And Clem is going to be keeping the tech lab on the barracks, so he is going for the stim. Playing that bio game this game. And he is also building a CC at his ramp, so he's basically completing his wall off with that. It's a pretty efficient way to do things, as long as the CC doesn't get picked off. That's the only danger there. With only like 1 or 2 Marines, there's not a lot of DPS to keep Elazer from picking that off. And wow, the medevac got killed, so basically the Cyclone and these Marines get picked off. Okay, but Clem roasting a lot of drones, actually 6 already. Did not realize this was going down till now. Alright, so really good kiting here. He's getting some of these Lings out of choke, but it's not going to be enough. He is going to get wiped out there. But still, 20 workers killed for Clem. Elazer is probably in panic mode. He knows he needs to get something done here, so he's going to go across the map and just see what he can accomplish with these Lings. He knows he's got to do something now. So that's the thing, right? Like, there was an opportunity when this thing was building, and Clem only had a few units at home, but at the same time, Elazer had to defend. So maybe if he, I don't know, he probably needed to commit to a few more Lings maybe to have enough to do both. So Elazer, losing 20 workers is still 3 workers ahead of Clem, although Clem does have the mules, right? So I would say that Clem's income is better, and it is by a little bit. Not very much. It's about even, guys. But slightly in favor of Clem right now. One moment, everyone. Sorry about that. I'll take care of something. One sec. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, Elazer coming over to Clem's third. It's not very well defended yet. Clem is moving out with the drop, and Elazer is seeing this. So Elazer moving in with a lot of roaches, ravagers, and there's just a single siege tank on the high ground here. So a lot of workers are going to go down, and the CC is lifted. The medevacs are going back home to help them defend. These roaches are taking a lot of tank hits, though. So Elazer putting on the heat. I don't know if it was necessary to extend that far. He already lifted up the CC. This is a lot of ravagers. Very expensive trade for Elazer now. He got a lot of workers, and he's got a lot more where that came from. But nonetheless, taking a lot of tank hits there is a little dangerous. So Clem is just assessing the situation, seeing that Elazer is on a third base, fully saturated, but no fourth in sight yet for Elazer. And these roaches are just keeping the Marines from going up efficiently. And Elazer casting some really sick bios there on the bio. I feel like he might want to just keep poking at the CC. He could, right? But I feel like Elazer is also just trying to end this game. Alright, so this tank is hitting the Ravagers, the Roaches pretty well here. And Clem with a second tank to back it all up. Elazer fully committed to this attack, it seems. It looks like our Zerg's army is dwindling. And the siege tanks reposition here. Clem moving out of the bios round time. More roaches coming in for Elazer. But Clem is getting a bit more confidence now. He's seeing the unit count has dropped significantly. His tanks have put in work. This tank here has 21 kills, guys. Like, this tank right here is the MVP. Okay, so these Marines are being microed pretty nicely. Clem not eating any bios, really. The siege tanks going to town, and the GG is thrown. Clem taking game number 1. Very well played. GG, guys. So sick. So Elazer having a bit of a rough time there. Losing the 20 workers early on just triggered the all-in, basically. And it looked like it could have been close, but the tank on the high ground just clutched so well. All right, perfect. Harsam invited me for Denver versus him. But I told him I'm mid-game, but I'll try to join that right after this because I'm really hyped to see his games too. So I'm going to add the score for Clem. Really well done. There we go. See if I can get the invite. I'll have it on my friends list here. Okay, perfect. Nice, I added Clem on my friends list, so it'll be easier. I don't have to bug him every time. Perfect. I hope you guys are hyped. I honestly hope Elazer can bring us to game 3 because that would be sick, right? Just to increase the tension, just to make sure things are nice and toasty. So let's get into it, guys. Thanks for joining me. Let's go. Alright guys, the music is hyped, I'm hyped, and hopefully you are too. We're on Lost and Found, and on the top right, the blue Zerg representing Clash, it's Elazer. And on the bottom left, the winner of the last game in this best of 3, the green Terran representing Exceed, it's Clem. Alright, so Clem taking the first game in pretty dominant fashion, getting 20 worker kills at the start with those Hellions was, of course, toasty. So we're going to find out together if he's able to get another barbecue going or if Elazer is going to have some Terran for lunch. So Elazer taking his hatchery. Pretty standard timing here. No early pool before hatch, at the very least. And we do have Clem already queuing up his SCV to take his expansion here, so we know what he's about to do there. Not going to be a surprise when he takes it. And Elazer just going for the gas and the pool. Nothing too wild like a second gas or anything. It'd be too early to get that anyways, but in a little moment sometimes you see some shenanigans. So Clem, very impressive play in the first game. And he tends to always play bio with just, you know, some support mech units like tanks and stuff. He doesn't really go for that full mech style from what I've seen. I'm sure he's capable of doing it, but his build, his bio build just seems to be very well refined, and his micro abilities are just really, really good. So I feel like it's all maximized with bio play. So once again, though, he is going to open up with the factory. So we're going to find out. Let's see if Clem is able to clutch it another time here. So he's keeping an eye out for Elazer's third base. Probably going to just chill here, patrol a bit. And Elazer is actually going to take his third the other side. So the Reaper should be able to check this out. He's not really going to go C for a third. So once he pulls back, he could run away and go that way. I don't think he wants to go to where his SCV is. So Clem actually getting a link kill there. And also getting the scout on the third base. So two very, well, one very important thing. Killing the link is not important, but he got a good scout. Okay. So back home, he's going for the Hellions and the starport. So he could either just attack with these Hellions right away. He could be a little bit sneakier as well and try to go for the Hellion drop. We're going to have to see right now. Elazer is just droning up, getting speed, you know, just ramping up his economy and trying to just get a solid opener going. Elazer does have this Overlord here, so this will be his scout for the game for now. He's going to be able to see if anything leaves the base with that positioning, so it's pretty solid. And these two Queens are more than enough to deal with the two Hellions and the Reaper. So Elazer is just looking fine right now. He does drop a Roltron, so a pretty decent choice, but at the same time, Clem is going for the Banshees. Very fast Banshees, going for the Cloak already. So, you know, Roaches don't really hit air very well. He does have Queens to defend. How many Queens does Elazer have? He's got 4. So, and no Spores either. So, Elazer's cutting a lot of corners here, and he hasn't really pinpointed that he's going to be up against Banshee. So, unless the Banshee... Okay, look at this, guys. Oh, okay. So, the Banshee, actually, he queued it to a place where the Overlord just doesn't catch it. Oh, okay, Elazer saw it for literally, like, a split second, like a 1/10 of a second. No way he noticed. Impossible. That would be the godliest, like, perception ever. His attention would be just godly. I mean, I'm sure it is, but that's ridiculous. Like, virtually impossible to notice that. Okay, so Clem gonna use up that stealth. The Spores are going down, so he's gonna have a bit of a window here to just get some damage. No Overseer, no Spores. Clem should be very happy with this. He should just shift click a bunch of these and look away. There's just nothing that can be done here. What? He's got 24 seconds where he could just keep attacking, but yeah, the Spore is finished. So he has to move away there. Not 24 seconds, but he had a couple more seconds, I feel. Still, pretty good attack there by Clem. Once again, finding a way to get some worker kills. He got 7 on 1 Banshee, and it's going to go home and repair and be able to come back and do some more work. So we do have something pretty cheeky here from Elazer. He's going for the Overlord drops. He's got his lair ready, so he's able to get it done. He's going to send some Lings in there, and he's going to try and drop into Clem's main. And what does Clem have at home to deal with this? He's got a couple Banshees and a few Marines here. He's been, you know, relatively greedy behind all this, right? And Elazer is coming in with a pretty formidable push. He's defending these Hellions with, like, the bare minimum. No drones. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, they didn't really get any Ling kills. Excuse me, drone kills, though. Mainly just Ling kills. All right, so Elazer could just run in here if he wanted to. The door is open, and he dropped in the main, too. So right now, Clem is just scrambling here to stay alive. But in fact, the main is cleaned up. And the natural didn't look that hard to clean up either, actually. But there's still a lot more coming here for Elazer. He's going to be able to kill this depot at the very least. But there's a bunker coming up for Clem. So that's going to help him defend, you know, with the siege tank as well. All right, there's a queen drop going on here. And the Overlord is getting transfused. But yeah, these queens are just going down. And now Elazer just charging into Clem's base, getting the siege tank. And there is another one on the high ground, though. Could be protected by this depot here. But Corrosive Bile does go down on it. The tank is on half health right now. Elazer giving Clem a really hard time here, but it looks like he's going to be holding on with these 2 Banshees. Wow, so 2 Ravagers down, and these Marines just here to clean things up. Basically, Elazer was doing his best to break down that wall, and now Clem is just scouting Elazer's third to see what kind of drone count that he's on. He sees that Elazer's economy is relatively healthy given all that pressure that he just did, but basically Elazer has no units, right? Like he traded these units and then he droned up behind it. So at the moment he literally only has queens and drones. We do have 6 roaches on the way, plus one missiles and carapace on the way. But he has not been able to really replenish things yet. But Clem is not really attacking. I feel like if Clem went in with these 2 Banshees right away, he's got this drop. If he combined it with the 2 Banshees, maybe it'd be sick. He could deny this 4th base or something, because he would be spreading Elazer really thin here. Elazer does have a decent sized army now, but these Marines are still confident enough to get a snipe. So Clem just getting some more value here. Look at the units lost, right? Clem has lost 2,800 resources, and Elazer has lost 4,850. So Clem is basically almost twice as efficient as Elazer in this game, in terms of units lost, anyhow, and unit trades. So I'm not quite sure how this game is going to pan out. It's seeming like a close one, honestly. Despite the army value, Elazer has 62 workers, so that's his advantage right now. Clem does have 55 with mules, so it's about the same, honestly, with 3 base mules. But Clem trying to spread Elazer thin here. He's going to be dropping to his doom for at least 1 medevac. It doesn't look like he's get out. Wow, that 1 corrosive bile made it easier for Clem as well. Excuse me, worse for Clem as well. And basically, he's going to have to pull out here. So good defense by Elazer. Really loving it. Really loving the plays on both sides this game. And now Clem is going to move out. And finally, this Overlord gets denied. It's been given Elazer so much information as to what's happening in this game. And he's actually going to be putting it back there. Wow, just pure determination. Yeah, that's a very important spot, guys. He wasn't even scared to go back. He knows that Clem isn't going to want to waste time killing it, so he just puts it back. I love it. All right. So, Roach Ravager against a tank army that's not siege is actually really, really good, guys. And basically, Elazer's goal is to not let this army siege up at his base. He wants to be taking this fight mid-map. And Clem just pushing in against these Roaches and Ravagers. He's got Banshee fire as well. So lots of DPS coming out of Clem right here. Honestly, just beautiful, beautiful plays here on both sides. But Clem getting the one up on Elazer right now. And he does end up sieging in this position. So this is when this fight gets extremely hard for Elazer. Mid-map is what he wants to take, but yeah, when he's in a position where the tanks are going to be able to hit the hatchery, it's going to be very, very difficult. So many reinforcements, though, for Elazer. He's trying to end this right now. He's shoving his Roaches on top of the tanks, on top of the bile. The corrosive biles are going down as well. All the tanks fall, and now Clem is forced to pick up and leave. Really sick defense by Elazer. So we do have +2 carapace and missiles finishing for Elazer. Clem going for +3 attack with +2 armor on the way for his bio, and +1 excuse me, basically I don't want to say it's not air units, it's the mech units, armor. What's the name of this upgrade, man? I need the official name. I need a tooltip, dude. It's what? It's just mech upgrades. Mech attack, guys. Can't believe I'm forgetting that one. There's air attack. I guess we're gonna call it mech attack. I mean, air is mech too, though. That's the thing. It's just ground factory +1 attack upgrade. Like, what do you call it? I'm forgetting now. It's crazy. All right, that's what happens when you cast for 3 days non-stop. Your brain becomes like mine. I'm still sipping on my coffee. So this Liberator getting a lot of value here. And pretty good reposition of the Spore and of the Lib. Clem isn't really looking at this, so he is going to actually lose that to the Spore this time. Really good repositioning. And there is another fight too going down. Clem has been moving across the map. Elazer managing to force a siege up mid-map. This is exactly what he wants. He does not want to take this fight anywhere near his creep, unless he's gonna, you know, wipe out the whole thing. But especially near his base. Like, if he creeped up more, then it'd be fine. If he's on creep, it'd be even good. But right now, he doesn't have enough to protect this base properly. So if he gets on the creep, he's hitting the base. So Clem with a lot of reinforcements here. Elazer is maxed out, so he is making some Vipers, but a lot more Roaches more than anything else. Alright, so it looks like Clem is going to be able to take out this base. Elazer having a hard time against these siege tanks. Okay, I love the Burrow Roach play. There are no Ravens in this army, so Elazer can just start this fight the craziest way and be right on top of the tanks, basically. So here we go. I think he's going to unburrow. This is pretty sick from Elazer. He's sniping the tanks. He's focusing the ones in the front, and now all of a sudden he's reigning supreme with the incredible concave on Clem's army. What a fight. What an engagement by Elazer. And Roaches harassing it. Wow, what? Yeah, he had Burrow Roaches going around too. Didn't get much damage, but still a very, very solid attempt here. And now Elazer is maxed out and is starting to get a bank. He will start to get a bank here. And look at these bro roaches making another move out. This tank and this wall off should, you know, account for the roaches, no problem. Okay. So these roaches here are very vulnerable. Look at this stim forward by Clem. Oh my goodness. He's killing so much of Elazer's army. I gotta give it the toasty call. This is actually so much DPS. He's not even stopping. He's just ravaging through everything that Elazer has right now with the burst damage of these bio units. What a push forward by Clem right there. Wow. He sieged up with his liberators. Look at the cloud on the tanks. So they're not able to fire just yet. But Clem more than happy to take this trade right now. He's being so cost efficient. The tank does go down, but the bio stands strong. The blinding cloud was just so good. It was on top of everything, but it still wasn't enough to stop Clem from getting the damage he wanted. And the Elazer GGing out, and Clem wins 2-0. What a game, guys. What a series. What a game. Clem, the prodigy, proving his worth right here, right now, guys. Amazing. So that's 2-0.